Well, that was, stressful. My goodness gracious. My, oh my. Oh, and we still get the after thingamabob there. I don't even want to remember Apotheosis Anna. There, you know. Alright, yoink. Hey, a whole bunch of iron ingots. And then some bond fragments. And then a couple steel ingots. Hi.
I wonder.
My attacks may have caused a bit of damage. Who owns this land? I should offer an apology. This land is owned by... Who would it be? The Khan or whatever the heck? I don't know. In Fire Emblem Awakening. Kind of hard to believe this pretty scenery was a battlefield just a little while ago, isn't it? You can tell that these are just like, you know, code and generic thingamabobs. Because yeah, this pretty landscape was a battlefield just not long ago. I can't believe it either. This place totally doesn't look like it would be a battlefield. And yeah, it is pretty neat. Why did I turn on the Dougie cam? I should take care not to stray far from the group or I'll lose my bearings for sure. It's probably not too important to chat then. Come on, if you haven't woke up, Divine One, funny when you think about it.
Pardon me?
I suppose there are any grapevines here. I wonder, did you try maybe opening your eyes and seeing what's going on around us? Maybe? Me along in battle, will you? I can practice a few of my muscle, whatever. Sorry, we have a different archer, I'm sorry. I would bring you. His strong opponents always leaves me invigorated. This is quite memorable. An archer that gets a unique class with a unique skill. A better showing than I expected. May it bring us one step closer to peace. Yeah, I probably wasn't supposed to do that one yet. Probably come back after I've promoted some of my classes. Don't move, Divine One. I'm having a vision. The legendary treasure's buried here, probably. Oh yeah, totally.
Wow.
I see you've gotten a lot stronger. You'd fit right in as the hero of a fairy tale. Wow, thanks. I've been training really hard lately. I want to be ready in case you ask me to join you again. Neat. I can actually feel my skill increasing. Wonder if I can live up to my father's example. I'm sure you can, man. You're definitely becoming one of my strong units. You know, this battlefield will also be great for track and field. I should get in a few laps. Sure, if you want. Hi.
Oh.
I can tell by sight alone you've grown stronger. Still, don't overexert yourself, alright? Yeah, I won't. Even I must concede that this view is lovely to look. Are we looking at the same place? Take your ease while you can.
If I may.
Is it tiring fighting in unfamiliar territory? Be sure to rest once we are back at camp. Well, this wasn't too unfamiliar territory. I've fought here before in a different video game. But I honestly think it was harder than playing that other video game in Lunatic Plus Classic. This was more difficult. Lots of interesting stuff to see around here. I want to take an emblem and go explore.
That's right.
Gone better in battle, and I've only combat experience transferred over to being a doctor. I mean, it might if it's raising that magic stat. Check on me. I'm sure you'd have more important duties, like enjoying the scenery here. Yeah, the wonderful scenery.
Excellent.
Well done. You're sure to carve out a bright, hope-filled future. I'll be with you all the way. But yeah. I mean, the Tiki one was pretty darn difficult, but the Tiki one I also did, like, first try, but with, like, all my time, like, use thingamabobs. This was a much shorter map by comparison, but I actually had to straight up restart the battle several times from the beginning. So, you know, there's that. I guess I'll have a look-see at the world map first. So, they're close. So, this I did in less than 3 hours, even with all those attempts, I think. Yeah, I haven't even been streaming for 2 hours yet. So, that is indeed the case. Yeah, this skirmish is still here, but I'm probably still, like, hell under-leveled for it. Suggested base class level 16. Okay, so not too under-leveled, but a smidge. And last time I was in there and checking it out, it seemed pretty darn strong for me right now. That's the thing, yeah. Let's go to the Somniel then. Okay. Okay. So we can potentially get Lucina all the way up to rank 20. Which is pretty darn neat, you know? Which is pretty nice. Weapon sync. If unit initiates combat using the same weapon type as the synced emblem, it grants attack +5. Whoa, if engaged, it grants attack +5 regardless of weapon type. That's a skill from the Emblem of Rivals, by the way, there. Hi. It's toasty warm during the day, and the stars sparkle so brightly at night. I love it here. Let's bond! Let's do it!
Isn't it funny? We're both divine dragons, but your hair is different colors. I love it.
Well, thank you, Tiki. Your hair is very pretty, too. The green gives you a rather mystical air.
I mean, hair in Fire Emblem games has consistently been pretty cool, you know. Light Sphere, if unit initiates combat, halves chance of receiving critical hit from foe. With this RNG, that might be handy. You know, it'd be nice if it was just like always having critical chance from foe, but alas. Whoops.
Ah.
This Holy Land is a touch too flashy for my taste. At least I will not be bored. Neat, man. Thought this place would be all pillars and stone, but there's so much nature and dirt. Yeah, that might be handy here. Gosh dang, I keep hitting that to run. That's the case. Hi. Sometimes my mind drifts towards Fierne, and so thoughts of Mother back at the castle. Now I'm pressing the right button to run right off the bat. Oh yeah, that could potentially be handy online.
Hey, how's it going?
That's a good point. It is also only when you yourself engage combat though, rather than enemy phase. Unfortunately. Getting nostalgic watching you run around to chat with folks like our professor used to. I was just imagining it like somehow spawning into the McDonald's ad that the voice actor did once. Man, I'm getting nostalgic for that breakfast that you can have your way, that whatever that ad was. I don't remember. Everything's getting kerfuffled. Once we've rested, let's head straight for Somme. I won't disgrace my father by hesitating now. Yeah, whoops, did this little side venture with Lucina before going to Somme. Do some push-ups and stuff?
Good to see you. Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
What'll
Strength
it be?
training. Like, again, my options are dexterity, HP, or strength. And I feel like with this strength buff that I'm going for, I'm just barely getting by. But I'm fairly certain, yeah, unlock as story progresses. It tells me that, but like, you know, I still haven't for any of them. So it makes me wonder if it's just like doing the other ones, getting like a balanced workout. Fire Emblem Engage. How to unlock higher level workouts. Let's see if it really is story progression or if it's just like do the others. Let's see here. How to find strength training and how it works. Let's see here. So, in terms of these ones, being plenty of time with Somniel can benefit from its aid here. Somniel will prevent a mistake from being marked as a failure. No, how do I level it up? Game Rant was no use. No use. What about Game Ranks? A very different site, I guess. Oh my goodness, it's hard to read things because the page is getting filled with ads. Okay, it is story stuff. Apparently, hard is Chapter 12 Expert, and Iron Muscle get unlocked Chapter 19. So we're about to unlock the higher level. Okay. So we're good to keep on, you know, doing stuff here, you know. Because, yeah, I really need that strength. I would totally do the other ones.
Perfect.
If it wasn't for the fact that, like, I barely feel like I'm doing enough damage as is. Especially considering those, like, early game garbage level ups that I was getting at the beginning of this playthrough. That continue to screw me over, you know, that I kind of need to keep on patching up here as best I can. It's, yeah, it's a tricky situation I found myself in.
Nice.
I do have to say, whoop, missing a bit too early there. It's a little bit tricky. This game is really, really challenging my strategic thinking, you know.
You got this.
And I'm really, really glad that it continues to have, like, the turn-back time system so I can keep on playing without, you know, having to reset the entire map in some cases. I had to reset that last map a few times.
I'm so proud.
You know? Like, +2 in the next battle. Good.
Let's do this
Okay.
again sometime.
Did activities 20 times. Neat. What's the thing that's over here? It's something or other. Bond fragments. Those are handy. Also, when it comes to bond with emblems, okay, I'm back to having Tiki on. So I can, like, re-equip Lucina.
Together.
Is what I can do. Because well, not just one, but, like, one in particular, but Lucina's skills in general seem like they would actually be really good on Alir. Because a lot of her things have to do with, like, support levels with the nearby allies. And Alir is the one character that can support with every other character in the game. So, like, this actually seems like it'd be pretty darn good. And then I had, like, Tiki and Alfred or something. I don't know. Yeah, so he's just big chillin', you love him. If they started selling merch of this game of like a Somniel plush or something like that, I'd buy it.
You see,
The underground water vein runs through the Somniel. The well water comes from there. just sell like a Somni plush on Pokemon Center or something like that. Somni's my favorite Pokemon. Alright. And we explore down this way.
Pardon me.
I've enjoyed staying in mansions and castles, but this is a far more exciting place to live. Yeah, I know, right? Skyloft's pretty cool. Okay. I don't know how often I'm using these things. The dogs seem a lot more useful, giving me, you know, things to upgrade my weapons and stuff. So, if I, like, will it say what kind of stuff I get there? I don't know, let's just... let's see what the heck a pigeon gives me. And then, the rabbit, we'll see what happens? I don't know, sure. Just see what happens with this group and stuff. So I literally have a pigeon over here. Can't wait for the adoption spreadsheet, you know? That was a tab that I did not even consider making until he just mentioned it. Add that as a sheet to my spreadsheet, a tab on it, whatever the terms there would be. Adoption ones. Just to make it super complete and stuff. Once this playthrough's done, maybe I will end up making like a YouTube video that's like, hey, here's my spreadsheet, here's everything about it, here's where you can download it and make stuff yourself. Because I'm sure that there would be, you know, some people that would like that. Because there has been a decent few hours put into the spreadsheet at this point. Let's just give Somni some straight up flour here. Pretend it's Fire Emblem Echoes here for a hot second. Let's eat the flour. Delicious. Finally, some good fucking food. Or however the heck he says it anyway. Yeah, do that. Wow, bond fragments and stuff. So I wonder if I unlock new things there. Yeah, it's great. I mean, it's funny. You give them those and they'll like you more. They'll give people horse manure and they won't. Like, rigged? Actually, we don't know for sure that people don't like it. I just kind of assumed, you know. It could be that if I give someone horse manure, maybe they'll actually really like it. I haven't tried. I've been too hesitant to do so. But I feel like if I give someone horse manure, I'd have to be someone that I really don't like, you know? Like, I know that they're not real people or anything like that, but I would just feel bad giving that to someone, you know? I've grown quite fond of the Somniel during my time here. Hard to remember that it's sacred. Yeah, it's a pretty chill place, huh? Oh, Father. No, I can't keep looking backward. For Brodia's sake, we must press forward. I do kind of miss, like, full voice acting for even stuff around the hub area like Three Houses had. A little bit unfortunate to see a step back in that respect, you know? Makes me big sad. So the person that's here, I think we can't chat with people, right? Yeah, we can't chat with people. They're just big chilling over there. Okay. So maybe we'll loop around this way. Yeah, that's a very good example there. It is basically like Persona in that sense. It's a nice life here, isn't it? Still get lost sometimes, but it's so pretty that I don't mind. Let's just yoink this cable from my Xbox One controller, which is an official Nintendo cable, by the way. I just use that. And plug it in here, how about? Is what we can do. Alright, well, it's charging. Hi.
Yep.
Somniel's the least lonely place I've ever been. I want to show it to my family someday. And I'm sure you will. Is there anything that I need? Because, like, these battles are sketching me out. Again, I assume that I did that one much before it was expected that I do so. And that the coming chapters will be a little bit easier. You know, I want to hug the capitalist gremlin. In terms of weapons, maybe not. Weapons, I might be good. I end up upgrading some of those weapons. Honestly, like, the strongest default kind of base weapons would be silver, so maybe I just wait until silver gets unlocked and then start investing into those. With, you know, upgrading them. I feel kind of bad about upgrading steel there. There could still be some use to steel, like getting a little bit more speed and stuff. Okay, do you sell spicy stabs? Because it's getting to that point where I'm kind of needing them and stuff. Okay, you have one freeze here. It's expansive! I'm buying it. Wait. Oh, I was like, you have another one? No, it moved up to silence. They just kind of look similar there. Because, yeah, about that, you know.
I thank
Buy
you.
one of these.
I thank you.
And I'll do that now. I have 10k. Best improvement in weapon forging in this is the forging personal weapons, unlike Fates. honestly, like, that and the fact that
Do
weapon
come again.
forging is materials that you can get, as opposed to just, like, combining more and more of that weapon. Like, I believe that max weapon rank in Fates was +7, and because you had to combine, like, the previous levels, so 2 iron swords are an iron sword +1. So do that twice to get 2 iron sword +1s. Then you combine those to get an iron sword +2. And it branches out more and more, and you need, like, such an insane number of weapons, and it's such a massive pain in the butt, you know? If you actually want a +7. That and the fact that you couldn't forge personal weapons. So, the fact that they took, you know, some of the ideas of weapon forging of Fates, like, they took the general Fates weapon system of, like, you know, infinite use durability, but there's, like, different drawbacks here and stuff. But, you know, they changed it so that it's better than the Fate system. Yeah. You need a lot there. So, yeah, I very much like that. So, yeah, I'm continuing to upgrade these thingamabobs. Yeah, we can just do this. Sure, I'm willing to use my silver there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it feels like. And, you know, I'm fine with that, because yeah, I love me some Fire Emblem Fates. I'm looking forward to playing, like, some Conquests later this year on the channel, you know? I love the gameplay of Fire Emblem Fates. So the fact that it feels like this game took the gameplay of Fire Emblem Fates as a base and then, like, expanded on it, that's cool with me. I'm liking this game more than Three Houses thus far, is the case. Yeah, look at that. So what's engraving do? Oh. Interesting. Huh. So each one has like a different engrave thingamabob there. I'm just not going to at this point. And exchange is just, yeah. Yeah. If I want to do stuff like that. I gotcha. Any other unique weapons that I want to upgrade right now? Because, again, like, my other main weapons, I'll probably just wait until we get access to silver. At least, you know. Is my plan here. I do have that other sword. Yeah, I need silver for... I need a lot of silver for the hero's weapon. It seems like... Yikes. Yeah. Big yikes. Be worth upgrading a tomahawk. Oh, I need silver for that too. Huh. So I could upgrade stuff like this. Make it quite a decent bit spicier. And this upgrades to something else. But again, I'm saying again as if I've said this before. I've said in other playthroughs, maybe not this one yet. I like waiting for me having, like, the ultimate level of things to then start investing resources into. I feel kind of bad if I'm investing resources into things that I know are just gonna get replaced.
I'll be here.
Again, if the maps continue to get, like, sketchier and sketchier, I might just have to. But as long as I can get by without, I'll keep on getting by without. I had to use a lot of use of my freeze staff there. It would have been nice if I didn't have to use as much of that. So maybe it wouldn't have come down to that if my weapons were better. Or if I just saved that map for later, like they probably expected most players to. I would really like to find this game more replayable than Three Houses, Harmonia. No New Game Plus and Engage, so far as you are aware. I mean, personally, after the Three Houses situation, I'm cool doing one playthrough of this game and then being done with it, you know? And that's kind of the way that, you know, previous Fire Emblem games would have been for me. Like the 3DS ones, for example, of, like, Awakening, Fates, and Echoes. Where it's like, I would deck out one save file a whole lot. Well, technically, I would do, like, a kind of casual playthrough initially of things like Awakening and then Fates, and then, you know, would go into it, like, really hard with my spreadsheets and, like, making crazy combinations and stuff like that. Because, you know, you can't exactly take those back after they've been done, and that's the reason that they apparently went with the Engage system in this, so that you can keep on mixing and matching without it being locked in forever. Which I think is kind of interesting. But for the most part, I could deck out a save file in those games, and just have that, and it'd be great, you know? And that's typically the way that I like handling my Fire Emblem games, and why I like making these spreadsheets and stuff like that, so I can just make the ultimate save file. Who cares about, like, playing it multiple times, unless it's, like, far in the future, you know, when I can just, like, make an ultimate save file now. I like bouncing between, like, multiple different games, so having to replay Three Houses 4 times is not for me. I prefer one playthrough kind of thing, you know? And hello's a sandwich. How are things going? It's pretty alrighty with me. Keep him busy,
Yes.
getting stuffs done, getting through things. turned in a lab report earlier today for my environmental instrumentation
Where were
class.
you thinking?
Oh, which speaking of that class, there was an interesting thing that happened today. Gotta head out for now. I appreciate that. Take care there, Chaos. Earlier today for my environmental instrumentation class. So this is a class all about basically the technology and tools that are used to measure aspects of the environment, stuff like that. Like weather or changes over time and things, and well, yeah, so I can keep mashing it there even if it doesn't give me the sound. Cool. And this last lab that we just turned in a lab report for earlier today was literally watching water boil, which makes it sound really boring. It was more interesting than that, because specifically what we did is we made thermocouples by soldering copper and constantan together. Constantan being like, I believe it's 55% copper, 45% nickel. I've never soldered anything before, and I might potentially need experience soldering in case I need to do any soldering with my truck project, so I was one person in my group to step up and do some soldering a couple weeks ago, and we were basically comparing it to a glass bulb thermometer in terms of temperature changes, and we're, as we watch water slowly come to a boil on a hot plate and stuff. So we finished that lab report, and the next lab is going to be a bit more interesting. The next lab is actually going to be building a small weather station. Ah, come on! Oh, so I can just keep pressing it. That's the thing. Even when they're basically out of the thing. But you know, there's limited lab equipment, so the class is typically split into like two main groups of Group 1 and Group 2, where, you know, the labs are done on different days. So Group 1 was doing that today, and Group 2, which I'm in, will be doing that next week. But just to introduce us to it, we were brought up onto the roof of this building that we were in, which is floor 17, which, you know, it's a lot taller than most of the other buildings on campus. To see the weather station that's currently up there, and the professor gave us a little bit of a rundown on how that works and stuff. So, us Group 2 are gonna be able to actually build our tiny weather stations up on the roof, but Group 1, unfortunately, has to be, like, inside for this week. So the professor's like, I'm sorry that that's not exactly fair, but due to, like, wacky stuff with when the, something about when the proper full equipment is coming in, or something like that, actually getting it up there, because you can take the elevator up to, like, floor 17, but actually getting up onto the roof is, like, a super tiny little spiral staircase that's just metal up there, so something about, like, getting the equipment up there, it wasn't at the ready, and stuff like that. So Group 1 was just building their tiny weather stations indoors, which means they might not exactly be getting the most accurate of readings, and the professor was like, yeah, sorry about that, that's the way that it's gotta be, stuff like that. So it seems like we're actually going to be able to build a weather station on a roof next week, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. That should be fun. And as we were up there, and, you know, everyone's going to the edges of the roof and, you know, taking pictures of, like, the city around us and stuff like that.
Isn't all about results.
Meh. The professor, as he was giving us that rundown on the weather station there, he was like, alright, so, in terms of, like, the lab groups doing it in and outdoors, what are some advantages of, like, doing it outdoors, like, up on the roof here? People were saying things like, oh, you get, you know, the actual wind and stuff like that, and, you know, by being up on the roof rather than the ground, you don't have to worry about, like, other buildings blocking things like wind and stuff like that. And the professor, listed off some other good reasons that we wouldn't have thought of originally, but when he said it, you know, it made a lot of sense. He's like, another advantage of being up on the roof is a lot less chance of it being stolen, because I have the keys to get up here. You know, that's typically a locked door up onto the roof there. You know, you build it in, like, a student area, build a tiny weather station up in a student area, and that'll be gone by the morning, you know? You invite me to this solar place, Divine One. I cannot wait to explore its beauty. So, the ones that we'll be putting up on the roof will be able to, there's going to be reading week in a couple weeks, which is going to be like a full week off of university there. The ones up there on the roof, we'll just be able to leave them for like the couple weeks, including reading week, and just be able to like get the data from them that even Group 1 is going to be able to use, it sounds like, just so that everyone gets actual outside weather station results and stuff like that. Wow, let's tap some amiibo and stuff. Relay ticket, sure. Neat. Let's tap that one. Beef. You got beef? Wonder what happens when two vegetarians have beef with each other. Do they call it something else? Alright, tap ravioli, ravioli, give me the formioli. Thinking about SpongeBob, I've been having fun with a Cosmic Shake recently. Oh, I took that away too fast. What do you mean this is not an amiibo? What are you talking about? Second tries a charm, dried fish. Totally was an amiibo. I've never seen that before. I've seen things like the amiibo could not be properly read. I've never seen the message, this is not an amiibo. That is a first. Zombie's super cute there. Oh, I could have just gone back from the amiibo gazebo. I was just like, how do I get through here? Orange. So yeah, that should be a fun time. I have to study for a couple tests coming up, that class being one of them. And stuff, so I'll be doing a whole bunch of studying. Alright, this away we go. Let's go grab that thingamabob there. As we do. Nuts. And then we'll see these supports and then go cook something up. Is what we can do. So let's see here. So, reference. Yeah, and there's another bond thingamabob here. So we can do that.
They say a throne is solitary, but a nation cannot rest on one individual. Do you agree?
I do. That's why you need friends and allies you can trust. And wise people to guide you.
Yeah, and I don't know if you could trust Edelgard in the events of your game. There we go, skill inheritance. And now I guess we'll go through the thingamabobs. For some reason, Nintendo's been restocking the Loft Ring and Metroid Dread amiibo on store shelves for more than a year. Nintendo almost never makes amiibos that accessible, huh? That's surprising. Makes me feel, makes it feel less special that I have the, those amiibos. But that is good that they're, you know, keeping stock up better.
Jade, are you okay?
Oh, Divine One.
I heard you were attacked by bandits. I rushed here to check on you.
Thank you, but I'm fine. I drove them all away.
Why did they attack you like that?
I've run into that group before. I used to be the guard for the mine near my hometown. I stopped them from looting it once. They must have tracked me down for revenge.
Now, after all this time?
I was pretty infamous among the bandits in our area. They used to call me the Iron Wall. Looks like I'm the target of a few deep, long-standing grudges. But it's fine. I can handle anything they throw at me. They're not much of a threat.
I know you're strong, Jade, but I'm still worried. If you ever need backup, you can always count on me. I'll do whatever I can.
Oh, I wouldn't want to burden you like that, Divine One. But thank you.
Also, as I was going through my spreadsheets, figuring out what classes people should be in, it seems like Louis would actually be the better one, who would be like a general, as, you know, much higher defense and really sucky res, whereas Jade is a slightly more all-rounder, having a little bit better res, and, you know, having that personal skill of, like, weight grants res +2. So, I might still use her in, like, my main playthrough party as, like, general and S-rank stuff there, but down the line might reclass her to Great Knight to have her be, like, a little bit more of an all-rounder. What? I did not need to turn that on, is the thing. There's a higher maximum stats in res in Great Knight. So Louis can be the, you know, the freaking just defense one, and she can be the, mostly defense but slight little tad of res. Can eat like a magical attack if need be, you know?
Hey!
So I'm thinking what I like about life here is what a workout it can be. And in the field of beautiful flowers. Is what I'm thinking.
Hey.
So, like, maybe it wouldn't be too important within my main party to have someone with S rank with axes. So, maybe she should just be Great Knight straight up, or maybe I should even use someone else. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I like it here. It almost feels like something funny is just about to happen. But I need someone to, like, eat big damage and stuff like that. And both you and Louis fit the bill, but I need more dudos with axes, so that's handy.
Yes.
We fought for the fell dragon, but from now on, Ivy and I are here for you. Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing me to be here. I can only hope Hortensia will also see this sight one day. Glad I'm not the only one that, like, slouches into my chair.
All right.
I like it here. The scene is very picturesque. I appreciate you letting me stick around. Yeah, no problemo. Hi.
Hey!
Hi, I'm so happy to see you.
See you.
You're gonna stick around for a while, right, Divine One? Yeah. So with some of my main party members here, I still don't have any rank with Ivy. So, apparently they can get a support. But yeah, boy, clipping into the table always bug you. Wait, she is? I didn't even notice there. Speed and res? Defense and res? I can't go wrong with that, right? Yeah, sure.
I may not look it, but I'm an excellent cook.
Is that
Just like
so?
prepping the alpaca's meals back home.
What? I'll go look at it in a hot
Start
second.
its own legend.
Hello.
What? Usually they say like the first line, but not the second. This time she just says hello. You'll privilege eat with the divine dragon. How has your day been, Alchrist?
Yes.
I've been trying to fix the clasp that holds my bangs. If it doesn't work, I can't aim my bow. Wear a hat like I do there. If male also gain. Wow. Sexist meal. I can't believe the patriarchy is spreading into food now.
Here, take some to snack on later.
Oh, thanks, man. There we go. Ember's meal obtained. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Wacky. Wacky, huh? Alright, so there's no new support conversation from that. I don't believe. Yeah. Is there anything that I want to do around here? That's the question. I don't think there's any bonds I need to force up right now. Oh yeah, I can do uses in the arena. I always have like 3 free uses there. I can't forget that. Expect that tomorrow night, the Tears of the Kingdom Special Edition will be announced and immediately be sold out. Oh yeah, with the good old Nintendo Direct tomorrow. I'm gonna have to stream. Yeah, that, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Alright. So yeah, so standard training. That's just like some experience points, right? So on my main ones there, I'm at level 14 that I plan on continuing to use, that is. 14, 15, 12, 13. Yeah, and I could probably use some stuff there, right? Probably. Tears of the British is that. I hope there's some news on Pikmin 4.
I'll be your partner.
Oh, Anna's gonna win then, right? Will be the case. Oh, and I can hold A for it to fast forward. Nice.
Wanna win next time?
It's interesting that it doesn't show like a fast forward symbol. Defeat an ally in the arena. So what's the advantage of winning over losing there? Is there any difference? It's probably just still generic training. Is there any like advantage on who you go up against?
You can call me Lady Anna.
Will it raise their support level?
The way you fight.
Oh, Anna's screwed.
My loss, but your gain.
Well, more experience. When he gives more experience? Maybe. Maybe. I wasn't paying attention to how much Anna got there before. Yeah, do this.
I'm Lady Anna, the mysterious merchant.
Raise no matter what you think. Okay.
Princess of Elise has arrived.
Yeah, I had no idea how that was pronounced for so long. Wow! Wow!
Let's see what you can do.
My loss, but your gain.
Wow! Yeah, Bond up there. Wow! Okay. Yeah, I don't think that we need to do anything like this. Yeah, I guess so. So, out of curiosity here. So, Lucina could go all the way to, oh. I would need to stop there to do the Bond conversation first. I was just curious if... Yeah, they can. There is no paralog for the DLC ones. You can just straight up get all the way to 20. Okay. I was just curious about that, was all. I don't think we need to do anything like that right now. I don't think that there's anything else that we need to do here. One thing that I did find out recently, I believe it's when I was going through references and saw wake-up conversations or wake-up dialogue or whatever the heck. Like if I go to reference, no, it's when I think I was checking out stuff here is what it was, because I'm still not 100% certain what you do here. Yeah, because there's this wake-up events it is. So, apparently, for each character, there's 6 potential things that can happen where they wake you up when you go to sleep is a thing that can happen. So I guess that it's like, there's 2 potential ones when you're at least C support, 2 potential ones when you're at least B support, and then 2 potential ones when you're at least A support. And so I assume that when you're at A, then you can get like any of those 6 or something then. I don't know. Maybe they'd go in a particular order. So like, I guess this is where you could, yeah, still redo any of those. So if you rest, yeah. Apparently a thing happens where it's like you're asleep and then someone wakes you up. This doesn't seem remotely important at all, so I don't know how much I'll do it, but just to show what it is.
So much sleep might hint at a medical issue.
Oh my.
Doesn't look injured or ill. But you can't see most illnesses from the outside. The divine dragon is so important, it's easy to worry.
So, Fire Emblem Fates had the, looking at someone's
You're
face.
awake.
/ petting Fire
Do you
Emblem on
feel
me if you're
healthy?
playing the Japanese version.
That's good.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses had tea time. And
If you
this game
ever feel
has
lousy, call me
people waking
immediately.
you up. You know. That's how that goes. So, yeah. Wake up to an ally for the first time. Like, did you knock even? Did you ask before you could come in here? So yeah, there's those. So that was C2 apparently. So I'm just curious. Can you just do it for like all the conversations that you have up to that point? Nope. So maybe I should include this in like my regular stuff that I do on the Somniel, just because it seems like you can only do it like once per battle, and then I can unlock all the thingamabobs in that stupid list. So I guess we're factoring going to sleep into my explorations each time then, wackily enough. You know. A new thing to do then. Alright, well, let's go do the next actual story chapter then. See how long it takes. I imagine it's not going to be as hard as that paralogue, because that paralogue I was probably supposed to come back to. Yeah. And so begins the sleep schedule. Okay, I can use this to run out here. Handy. Whee! Alright, chapter 12, Tula Desert. And once this is done, I'll be able to get, like, a better workouts and stuff, apparently. Okay. And I assigned the 4 main emblem rings, right? Yeah, I did. I did do the thing. If this is a desert map, then, you know, Alfred might actually suck here. The rings lost to Vale, the party heads to the Queendom of Soul to regain their footing. Let's do it! Get some new emblem rings and stuff, and new party members. I like this plan.